Good evening all, welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. Tonight we're going for a beer that is a little bit different. I say different, it's not that different. It's an Irish style porter by way of Colorado in the USA, and a little bit of tropical influence thrown in for good measure. It is this one. It is Death by Coconut Irish style porter from Oskar Blues Brewery in Colorado, USA. And what can I tell you about it? Well, it's 6.5% ABV, and what is written on the can? Apart from the usual government warning, according to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects, and consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery and may cause health problems. It's a lot. Anyway, yeah, like I say, it's Oskar Blues Brewery from Longmont, Colorado in the USA. It's got natural flavours. It does mention right here on the can that it's got pure liquid cacao. These silver cans and all this lighting, they really don't play ball. But other than that, other than the fact that there's coconut and pure liquid cacao, it doesn't really tell me much. It is slightly unusual in as much as it's a well, it's a US sized can. We're used to seeing 330ml or 440 or even 500ml cans. This is 12 fluid ounces, which is 355ml. So it's a little bit bigger than your average small can. And I like that. I like the fact that they still use imperial measurements. Long live imperial measurements. Anyway, enough of imperial versus metric and all that jazz. Death by Coconut. Now I'm hoping that Death by Coconut implies that there is an absolute shitload of coconut in there, because I love coconut as a flavour. It's one of the best flavours that could ever pass my lips and hit my taste buds. So I'm really hoping that that's the case, and the fact that there's liquid cacao, I'm hoping for elements of Bounty Bar. Anyway, let's crack her open and see what's what. Whoa. Well, she's certainly a lively one, just oozing out the top of the can. Oh, she looks thick. There we are. So it's as I would expect in terms of colour. Dark, rich. Get that all in there. And like I say, it appears fairly thick. So, what we got? We got what? Finger and a half, 2 fingers, if you're skinny fingers, of tan head, tight bubbles. It's dissipating slowly, reasonably slowly. Black as the ace of spades, that. Yeah. I mean, let's get it onto the light. I mean, I'm holding it up in front of very strong lights, and nothing. Can't see fingers. There's no hint of any red or any other colours. Nothing. Nothing. Dark as you like. A black hole, if you will. As for the aromas, oh, coconut, rum, bizarrely. Coconut rum, Malibu. Probably the coconut. Bit of coffee, a creamy coffee, and that's probably the coconut sort of mellowing with it. Yeah, it smells promising. And Death by Coconut. Yeah, there's nothing else on there that tells me anything more. Liquid cacao, coconut, 6.5%. Let's dive in. There is certainly plenty of coconut. That pleases me a lot. A hell of a lot. I love it. I love coconut. I'm getting dark chocolate on the back end. I'm getting big sweet coconut up front, dark chocolate on the back. It's a deconstructed Bounty Bar. It's great. It's great. Got a nice bit of lacing on the head. That coconut though. Loads of it. Love it. I love everything about it. It's got a medium body. It's not overly thick. It's not cloying in any way. relatively dry on the finish, little bit of coffee on there somewhere in the back end, just creeping through that chocolate at the end. That's good. And like I said, there's an element of Malibu going on that Richard would very much appreciate, as would Eddie Hitler. And answers on a postcard if you know who I'm talking about and what the programme was. They did enjoy their Malibu. Well, less so Richard, more Eddie Hitler. Anyway, I'm digressing. As for the beer, loads of coconut, love it. Malty, ever so slightly. Big chocolate flavour on the end, followed up with a little bit of coffee, just to give a little bit of bitterness. Really well presented. I mean, I'd read a lot of things about the craft beer industry and how the US was leagues ahead, and on the strength of this one, you can see why people would say that, because it's got big bold flavours, and I like big bold flavours. It's Death by Coconut is a genuinely accurate description. There is loads of it on the flavour palette. It's great, I love it. You've got chocolate to back it up, and the bitterness from the coffee at the end. It's very, very good. It's thought out by someone who knows flavour quite clearly, and it sits on a body that's sort of rich and deep, and it works. It really does work very, very well. Now, before I drink it all, we best talk about the score. Wow, that head has kind of, I don't know if you're going to ever be able to see that. It's kind of gone really smooth, really consistent and fine and tight, tiny bubbles. It's almost as if it's come out of like a nitro pouring system. Very good stuff. So yeah, the score. What did I pay for Death by Coconut? Well, last time I went to Otter's Tears up in Burslem in Stoke-on-Trent and picked this up, I paid £4.25, which, for what you're getting, flavour wise, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Would I buy it again? Well, excuse me, very silly question. I love the coconut. It's different. It's packed full of flavours that I really, really enjoyed. So yes, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, I would buy this again. And on the basis of that, it kind of stands to reason that I'm going to score it pretty damn highly. I love the coconut, I love the chocolate, I love that little bit of coffee in the back end just to kind of balance out that sweetness. I like the fact that it's a little bit more than a small 330ml can. I like the fact that the flavours are extremely well thought out. So, Death by Coconut Irish Style Porter by Oskar Blues Brewery in Colorado, USA. You are going to get a pretty damn high 4 3/4 out of 5 from me. 4 3/4 out of 5 Death by Coconut. Yeah. I think the only way it could really be improved on is by making an imperial version and ramp up those flavours tenfold. Yeah, it's pretty strong anyway, but I think if you amplify all the back end, all those rich deep dark malts, whack up the booze to something like 10-11%, maybe a little bit more, throw a bit more coconut in there, maybe a little bit of lactose just to kind of bring that sweetness forward. Yeah, I think that would be absolutely brilliant. In fact, I'm going to go and have a look and see if they actually made anything of that nature. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, Death by Coconut Irish Style Porter from Oskar Blues Brewery. It's a really good beer. Very good beer. Thanks for watching. This is The Beer. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.